Hello, my name is Jevarie Jones. I lost my best friend at 20 years old. In a time when the world is in absolute despair and uncertainty, I felt that this was a video that maybe a lot of people needed. A lot of people are going through a lot of racial tension right now. And my best friend just happened to be white. And that was never something that we cared about. It was never something that we even thought about, as far as I can see. I met my best friend Arthur Kohlberg in high school. We were both around 17 years old, and he took a class at a radio station, and I happened to be taking the same class. And the moment we met, it was, as they say, it was history. We had an instant connection. It was one of those things where you didn't have to wonder if the person was your friend. Like, you knew that they were your friend from the moment that you met them. And that was the type of relationship that we had. In 2004 was the time that I had lost my best friend. He had drowned in a canoe accident, and as a person who has experienced this firsthand, I can tell you that it never really gets better, but it does get easier. I had care for my best friend. He had care for me, and we didn't care about color. We didn't even care about height. I'm a tiny guy. I'm 5'3", 120 pounds on a good day, and he was around 6'4". So we were in stark contrast. You would never expect two people like us to be friends, but we were the best of friends. And I met his girlfriend, and I would hang out with his friends, and we would go out. We did more. It seemed like it was a lifetime's worth of the things that we did together. October of 2019, I took a trip to Minneapolis, Minnesota, to visit Arthur's mom for the first time in what could have been 15 to 16 years since we had last saw each other. Could be less than that. I'm not sure, but it was a very, very great and emotional. It was great, and it was emotional seeing each other. Me and Arthur's mother, Monica. Me and Monica are both babies. We were both crying when we saw each other. She started crying a little bit, so I started crying. I'm a big baby, I'm not I'm not afraid to admit that and tell people. And I think more people in society probably need to just be able to bring out their emotions more. So, without further ado, this is the footage. This is some of the footage that I took on that day in October 2019 when I went to the Bowling for Art event, an event for my best friend. I am currently in Arthur's old room. My buddy Arthur, this is the very room. It's been like, I swear it's been like over 15 years since I've been in this room, and it was very overwhelming. I got very emotional, being in here, but this is it, folks. Look how cool this is. Got weights. His room was always, in the basement. So look how cool this is. This is one of me and Monica's favorite pictures of him. That's his dad and his grandfather. There goes Arthur in the middle. I like how Monica points out that after Arthur came, you can see that their mood changed. See, look at that. See, when he left, when he got out of the picture, you can see that, see, they're happy now. That's Art's father right there. That's his grandfather. See how amazing he was, even as a kid. Me and him were just alike. We just wanted to, to bring joy to people and, help people. That was what me and Arthur was all about. So this is the closet here. Just a lot of, stuff. I don't know if Monica wants me recording all this, but I'm about to get ready to go home, so leaving tomorrow morning, but it was great being back in here. It was great. It was great, but I still miss him to this day, of course, It's like you never really get over, losing your best friend. You don't get over it, especially at a young age, and the circumstances that happened, and but you just learn to roll with the punches, in life. That's all that we can do, right? That's all we can do. So I hope that you enjoyed this little video. Arthur Kohlberg's old room. That was my boy. I will always ride for my boy. Always. So had the Bowling for Art event today. I was told they're looking to raise like $70,000 this time around for the Art Kohlberg scholarship, which is amazing. So he's helping people. He's saving people, from beyond. And yeah. He was my boy. He was my boy. I love him. I love him and I miss him. I still do. So all right, guys.
Or they weren't making any money. Okay? So right away they thought that was a good thing, picking this coffee. Okay? Then they lost that. Then they weren't making any money at all. So what are they going to eat? What are they going to do?
Yeah.
And
so they
the problem with these countries are the people who are in charge of the countries.
Yeah,
They have a lot of money.
a lot of corruption.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the problem is coming in with these countries. It isn't. If the government is willing to share some of the money, then it's a good thing. But if they're not going to share, then the people are impoverished. There's only so much money in these countries. We were in the countries, you go out into North Dakota and all the wheat fields and all the beet fields and all that kind of stuff, These guys would be happy to have 1 acre of that, and they would have money. Okay,
Yeah.
1 acre. And here these guys have thousands of acres. One farmer has thousands of acres, You get into Costa Rica, there's not a flat piece of land there. The houses are 10 feet on one side, deeper than the other side. So they build a house up here, then they got, poles holding it up on the other side. Just a house, which is a small house. The terrain is such that they can't really raise only but certain crops. So that's why they put in coffee beans, because they could be raised on the side of a hill. And there's not much more that they could even raise.
Well, they raise bananas.
But a banana is a tree, and they can't be raised on the side of a hill. They have to be banana plantations are on the flat. So there's very few things that can be raised in these countries, And there's so much land that's not developed at all because it really can't. It's on the side of a hill. They can't develop it.
Okay, so we saw the plantation in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That was our second stop. And this was the route that we took. Went down to Florida, and then it followed around and went to the tip of South America, Cartagena, and then swung around. And right in here, we went through the Panama Canal, which is a fabulous thing if you ever have a chance. It takes about 8 hours to get through there because it's a system of locks and
Like all through here.
right in through here. And it took one day, 8 hours to get through the Panama Canal. And then we started on our journey on this side and then went back up to LA eventually.
Wow. That
So-
sounds like fun.
It was,
Yeah.
it I could see the power of that ship coming into port. There was one port in particular that hadn't seen a cruise ship, and that people stopped and just stared. But that was their livelihood, tourism. And then because of the unrest in the country, the Caribbean mines, they stopped going there. It was dangerous. But this.
So the reason that these people are not getting paid as well in these other countries, do y'all think it's because of corruption and all that mainly?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So they're capable.
don't
They're capable
need-
of paying them more, but they won't.
okay, now
Yes.
listen. Okay, in the United States here, we have a house. There's a house right over there, right? They have water. They have sewage. They have to have. It has to be strong enough that it can take winds and it can take rain and it can take snow. Okay, so you're looking at a structure. Okay, these other places where they're at, they don't need all of that. So they can build really quite a cheap house. We were in some places there where there was tar paper and steel, and they just cobbled it together in a way. There's no screw guns, there's no screws, ropes, that type of thing. And they
So
make these
they
communities.
just put it together.
And they just put it together and have a roof over their head. Now they're in there and they have no food either. I don't know where they're getting their food from. You know?
Because I've seen some houses, they're working on it, then next thing I know the house is up and
Right.
finished. So it's like, if you guys can, make houses that quick, then a lot
Well,
of
they
these
aren't
houses.
much of a house, so.
Where
Yeah.
did you see houses being built? Here in North Minneapolis?
No, it's Fargo.
In Fargo?
Yeah, I would see them working on a house and then
Okay.
it's
It had to
up
be a
after
good,
a
strong
while.
house then to be able to withstand those winds in Fargo.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of, they have codes in Fargo though. So it has to be built in such a way though.
Yeah, Fargo is amazing. I don't think there are many corrupt politicians there because
That's
they
good.
really take
No.
care of their people.
That's-
I went to school in North Dakota and I have friends in Fargo.
Yeah, and what you call the ghetto part of Fargo is really nice also. Yeah,
Right.
nice apartments, everything.
Really?
Right. And it's not ghetto either, it's just lower class or something. It's not
Yep.
ghetto anywhere there.
The heating works, fabulous.
Okay.
These apartments are built nicely
Right.
for low income people.
That's good. That's called affordable housing.
Yep.
And we need that. We need that here.
Yep.
People are scrambling.
I always say low income housing should be treated with the same care as high income housing. It's my personal opinion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because kids who grow up with mold issues in their families' homes will pay for that for the rest of their lives with illnesses and
And they expect kids to focus on school when they got all this stuff going on at home.
yes,
It's tough.
very tough. It's very hard on families.
Yep.
So what's your day like today? What would you like to do as far as getting over to your aunt's house?
Yeah, I'd say when the afternoon comes, I see what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm most likely I'm just gonna go over there for the day and just spend time with them.
Yes, good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. And
Take some pictures,
Yep.
some videos, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, whenever you want to do that, just let us know. I have nothing on my calendar right now except get ready for Bowling for Art. So I have to do a lot of.
In a time of great uncertainty, I hope that this video has helped you to see what is important in life. I think the primary goal of this video was just to help you see what is important in life and to show you that what is important is your clan, your people, the people that's going to be there for you, the people that are going to have your back through all the darkest times. Because trust me, with life there are highs and lows, of course. We go through some dark times, and regardless of what people say, you're going to need, you don't need just anybody. You need that one person or that few people that's going to be there to pick you up when you think that you cannot make it, when you think that you cannot carry on no more. You need those people. That is what is important in life. To me, all the other stuff, all the material things, those things are nice, but you won't be taking any of that with you now, will you? I think that the year of 2020 really made all of us really look at our mortality. It made us look at our mortality and make us realize that we are truly only just mortal beings who are here temporary. Many of us like to believe that we're going to be here forever, but I think deep down we all know that's not true. So the best you can do is try to make this world what you want it to be. And hopefully what you want it to be is a good place, a place for freedom, a place where everybody has the right to stand up and talk and be free and be abundant. I know that's what I always wanted for the world. So, again, remember what is important in life. Remember that the loved ones that you have, you only have them once. I couldn't get my best friend back, even though I wanted to so bad for so many years. I wanted it back, but I understand God's plan more. I understand that God, He's always in control, even when it seems like He's not. Even when it seems like you're in so much pain and it seems like you can't even go on. We all have to deal with loss eventually. It's something that you want to avoid, but we have to deal with loss. And it's not about the loss. It's about how you deal with it, how you cope with it and continue to live your life as they would have wanted you to live. It gets easier, but one thing that I could tell people is that you have to remember what is your purpose in life. You have to remember to go forward. And those who believe, I believe, to keep my faith in God and continue on, because I feel that God has really gotten me through a lot of things. I never would have made it as far as I have made it without God, and I truly believe that. I don't force any religion or anything on anybody. I simply tell people that I feel without God, I don't think you really have anything. You don't have much or nothing. So if you can, listen for yourself. Listen for the voice of God. Listen to your intuition, and I believe you will find him.